We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Dadrion Taylor-Demerson, Texas Tech free safety. And in this draft, like, he's probably one of my favorite, like, free safety prospects to watch. He, like, especially, like, middle field center type player like that. Like, his range and instincts are so impressive. He's an absolute ball hawk. Great ball skills. Gets a lot of, he has a lot of production on ball, which is great to see. He can also come down, play in the slot, which is great to see. Takes very good angles and has good decision making when he's back there as a free safety. He's a little bit undersized, and I think, he can work on his tackling technique. And, if he has to play down in the box versus the run, I would say he's adequate. It's nothing, not like super special, anything like that, but he makes a lot of plays, middle of the field. That's where he's going to make his money. He can do some work in the slot too, but just continuously makes plays where he creates turnovers, is always in the right spot, and just will wow you with some of the plays that he makes with his very good football intelligence and range that he pulls off and makes outstanding plays on the ball. It's really, really fun to watch, and good recovery skills too. Like, he tested well, which is good. I think that was huge for him, because I've seen players like him in the past who are kind of undersized, good free safety types, but then they don't test super well. Like, they play better on the field, and they end up dropping a lot in the draft. I could still see him dropping a bit, because I've seen it with players like that in the past that are a little bit undersized free safeties that they don't usually go super high, but I do like Taylor-Demerson a lot. Makes a lot of plays, and he has, the ability. I think it's important for me. I always have that. There's a 2 out of 3 safety rule that I have. You have to be able to do 2 out of these 3 things. Play in the box, play deep center field, as like a rangy free safety type, and then also be able to, come down and man up in the slot. And I think, he can do 2 of those things very well. Just not super great in the box. He can do some blitzing, which is good, but his ability to get back there in coverage, make a lot of plays, super, super impressive. Here we got Taylor-Demerson. First play we saw here, just deep middle of the field, reading the QB's eyes. He's not being threatened by anything. It's like some play action work up front. He's not being threatened by anything over here. Like, they're blocking, working some screens, and like, this is more of like an RPO, honestly, like with how the offensive line's working. He's trying to throw a deep bomb, get over the top. Good recognition, makes it look easy. Ball's thrown too far to the inside, but even if it wasn't, like, he's still making a play at the point of attack. He's just very good at reading, like, the drops, eyes of QBs, and making quick breaks. You can see he's already breaking here before he's even started his throwing motion. The QB is just about to throw, and Taylor-Demerson's already breaking to it because he knows he's not being threatened anywhere else and gets that interception. Very, very nice to see DTD making these types of plays in coverage. It's, I feel like it's getting kind of harder and harder to find the true free safety types that can play middle of the field, because, it's easier to find the guys that can use the split field coverage stuff, playing in quarters, cover 2, deep half, and Taylor-Demerson can definitely do that, but have the instincts and range to really make an impact from, middle of the field close coverages is really, really impressive. Taylor-Demerson, this ball, a little overthrown, but just being in the right spot. Look what, you're being threatened by. It's a 2x2 with a running back. This guy getting motion across. You don't really have to worry about these 2 options now. Now you're kind of just reading the number 2 who works over the middle. You want to leverage this, break on it, have a nice little burst. He has that underneath help. So he's just staying over the top of it, playing top down, and then closes. Ball gets thrown behind, and he has the ball skills to turn that into an interception. Very, very nice play. He had a bunch of, big plays versus TCU. Now, this is one of my favorite plays I saw in his film. Just watch this absolute masterclass. Like, they're snapping it, direct snapped to a running back, and then he is going out wide to the right, and Taylor-Demerson to the backside of this formation, responsible for a run fit. He sees this, he's just taking an angle. He sees this guy leak out of the backfield. This is just pure instincts, and then ball skills, explosive to go up and get it. See what's happening, and you can see, boom, closing speed. Ball skills, perfectly timed jump, bats that ball down. Amazing, amazing work. One of my favorite plays I saw on film from really anyone. It was definitely my favorite Taylor-Demerson play, but I love, like, these really, like, special plays where a player has no right really being involved in it at all, just based on what, the call is, and he still ends up really, really shining and just making a pure instincts type of play. I do think sometimes when he has to get down, like, within the slot, and he's a part of, like, a run fit, he does, get a little out of position for play action, but he's able to recover really well, get out of your, flip out of your hips, transition back vertically, show off that recovery speed on the tight end, and then make a play really good angle to recover, work to the inside, and you're playing that low field shoulder, boom, fight for that ball, and then pull out of it. That is an insane play, and then come down with it too. Like that, Taylor-Demerson is so impressive. His ball skills, amazing. Just gets sucked down, but he can definitely, match up in the slot if needed, recover, play, underneath zone, do all those types of things really, really well. Dadrion Taylor-Demerson is super impressive. I do think, he's a little undersized. I saw him miss some tackles out in space that he can struggle with. It's not like he's a willing tackler. He'll go out and hit and have some nice plays, but I do think, being undersized can hurt him with, the length and wrapping people up and things like that. And it's not like his forte to make those open field tackles, but good adjustment here. Another play where he's like on the backside of this run. He's just kind of, staying in phase. Doesn't want to get too far up just in case he over pursues it. So I actually don't mind him kind of, slow playing this. And then he sees him cut back and then boom, look at that adjustment. Angle, closing speed, really, really impressive. When he can, attack people at that angle like he's running an alley, he definitely becomes a more consistent tackler at the catch point. Readjust that angle right there. Really, really nice. Here's an example of him just getting downhill, like he's buzzing down. Like they're showing a look right here that would be like a split field coverage look, potentially quarters, cover 6, maybe cover 2, depending how they rotate. Then you're rotating him down, he buzzes down to become like a hook curl type player, and then he sees that quick pass they're trying to throw to this space right here to the receiver, goes there instantly, and he just closes, makes a play right at the catch point before the guy really has a chance to make any sort of moves. Taylor-Demerson, definitely comfortable in coverage in so many different ways. He has a versatile usage to him that you can really have him cover anywhere on the back end and just be like a pure slot guy, even cover some receivers. Like this is a pretty decent rep, staying in the hip pocket of the receiver. He has a pretty natural feel for leverage where he needs to be. Can struggle with maybe bigger bodies at time if they really get physical with him. Especially when they try to create separation at their like break point, using that physicality to their game, he can struggle a bit. But yeah, come down, make a play versus the run. This is nice to see. I wouldn't say this is like his biggest strength, but they're running some zone read with the quarterback. DN crashes down. He has to come up, make a play, and he stops the quarterback like an inch short up from scoring a touchdown, which is nice to see. Just making some clutch plays down in the red zone in versus the pass versus the run. Really, really fun. Taylor-Demerson, really clutch player, plays with mental, physical toughness to his game as well, and just continuously makes so many plays all over the film. Really enjoy watching him run the alley like this. They come out here to the 3 receiver sides. He sees the motion out. Obviously, has the football intelligence to really identify what's coming here. He stays patient just in case they're fake blocking and they work down vertically. That happens from time to time. And once he sees the QB release, he starts to break. Boom, has the range. Good job readjusting that angle. I think he could take better initial angles, but he does a good job of readjusting because he sees this guy working back to the outside, adjust that, and make a nice tackle. Again, basically like running the alley. Really good work from Taylor-Demerson. Here's another example of him getting kind of sucked down from play action, slightly pulled out of position again. Texas Tech here is in like a cover 3. He's not being threatened from any receiver this side. This receiver is motioning across the other way. There's nothing coming down to him as like a curl flat defender. So he gets back, finds the tight end, working over across. Even though this running back does leak out late, and he probably could have been responsible for both of these, but he gets back over the top and plays the tight end, which I like him being able to carry, find this eyes, and then turn and locate the ball, which is important. He does a great job of really finding that football, which a lot of guys struggle with. And for safety, that's very important, especially a BALLHAWK. A lot of times he's seeing the QB, so he's facing the QB, and he has a great ball skills. But not a lot of guys have great ball skills when they're not facing the QB. They feel very uncomfortable, like turning to locate the ball with your back, or just playing through the hands. And he's comfortable with doing either. And then boom, right at the catch point, knock that ball out. Really good work from Dadrion Taylor-Demerson. Lots of things to like on his film, especially the range, the instincts on the back end. And he just continuously goes out there and creates big plays, turnovers, pass deflections. Has great on-ball production. So really, really enjoy watching his film. Definitely a fun player to watch. Very easy to root for. So if you guys like the video, comment, subscribe, just get